Today we are going to see sum number 2B of June 22 of CA Foundation on inventory valuation. It is a very simple sum. Some of you may not be able to get it, so I am here to explain the sum. Hope you will be able to understand it. So they have given Z Enterprises furnishes the following information. They gave you the opening stock on 1 April 2020 and then the purchases and manufacturing expenses and sales during the year. They have given further information at the time of valuing on 31st March, that is on 1st April, were not the same thing. That was while valuing the opening stock, an item of 2,40,000 was written off. From one value, 2,40,000 was written off, which was originally purchased for 8 lakh rupees. Okay, the item was sold during the year for 6,40,000. Except the above transaction, the rate of gross profit during the year was 1 by 3 on cost. Ascertain the value of stock as on 31st March 2021 for 5 marks. Okay, how to proceed with? Let me first make it clear what is a closing stock. I'll explain in both the languages, both in Tamil and English. Hope that will give you better insight you to understand the things properly. So, what is a closing stock? Suppose I am having a business, and what I will be doing, I am buying things. If I am doing a trading concern, I'll be buying the things and selling it at a profit. Okay, let us take one example. Suppose in I deal in t-shirts. This is my goods. Goods means the item in which you are dealing with. எந்த ஐட்டத்தை நம்ம வாங்கி விற்க போறோமோ அந்த ஐட்டத்தை மட்டும்தான் நம்ம குட்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்றோம். Suppose I bought t-shirts from Tirupur. Suppose I bought 200 t-shirts, for example, at the rate of 100 each. So what is the purchases? I bought it for 20,000. See here. It is very simple. I bought it for 20,000. And already I was having some t-shirts. So you are not given the quantity here. Generally, if quantity is given, you will be able to find out the closing stock very easily. I am having some 2,000 rupees opening stock. So total goods, I have spent some garage, freight inwards, because I cannot bring all those things on my own. So I spent some garage inwards. So that is around 3,000. You take it like this. So what is the total goods in my business? Suppose this is my business. Okay. So I brought it to the business. Some item I bought. Already I was having some items. ஓகே ஸோ இப்போ எங்கிட்ட எவ்வளோ இருக்குது டோட்டலாக குட்ஸு 25,000க்கு டிஷர்ட்ஸ் வாங்கி ரெடியாக வச்சுருக்கேன். ஸோ இந்த டிஷர்ட்ஸ் எதுக்கு வாங்கி வச்சுருக்கேன்? டு செல் இட். All of you understand, we buy, that business is buying, trading. When they do the trading, they buy the goods and sell it off. But is it possible to sell each and everything on the closing of their books? Suppose they are closing the books on 31st March. 31st March. Is it possible to sell all these items valuing 25,000? எல்லாத்தையும் நம்மளால விற்ற முடியுமா? முடியாது. Some item may not be sold on that date of closing. அதைத்தான் நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்றோம்? Closing stock. Okay. So அதுதான் நம்முடைய closing inventory. or closing stock. எந்த குட்ஸை என்னால் விற்க முடியவில்லையோ அதைத்தான் நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்றோம், க்ளோசிங் ஸ்டாக். Now there is an accounting standard that says that the closing stock should be valued at cost or NRV. All of you know what is NRV, net realizable value, or the current market value, whichever is lower. Okay, suppose uh, I said that I bought 200 t-shirts and already I was having some 10 t-shirts. So total I'm having 210 t-shirts and I sold 150 t-shirts. You will be easily able to tell me the closing stock is 60 t-shirts, and you will be able to multiply it with the cost of purchase. You will be able to give me the value of closing stock, but that is not the case here. You are not given the quantity at all, you are given the value everywhere. Then how to go about with the values? It's not a big deal, you can do it. So if you understand the concept, you will be able to do it easily. Let me explain. So இப்போ என்ன ஆகுது, so we are having 25,000 goods. So in the goods some of the goods were sold. Suppose I have sold it some goods for 20,000. I didn't tell you the quantity of t-shirts sold. I gave you the value of sales. Salesங்கிறது என்னது? Sales is always cost plus profit. All of you know that. வாங்கிய விலையோட லாபத்தை கூட்டினோம்னா சேல்ஸ் நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சிடும். ஸோ இப்போ எனக்கு எங்கிட்ட 25,000 காஸ்ட் உள்ள மெட்டீரியல் இருந்தது. அவுட் ஆஃப் தேட் நான் எவ்வளவு காஸ்ட் உள்ளதை வித்துட்டேன் அப்படின்னு தெரிந்தால் எவ்வளவு காஸ்ட் என்ற பேலன்ஸ் ஸ்டாக் கிடைக்குங்கிறத கண்டுபிடிக்கலாம். Hope you understand. Here I am having the cost of the goods, total cost of the goods at my workplace, and out of that I have sold something. If I know the cost of the goods I sold, I'll be able to know what is the cost of the goods left out, which is unsold, which is otherwise closing stock or closing inventory. Hope you understand that. So we are going to do that only. If I remove this profit, I'll be able to get the cost. Clear? So what we are going to do? We are going to remove the cost. Sorry, we are going to remove the profit margin from the sales value so that we get the cost. So we know the total cost was available and we know how much cost has gone out of our business by way of selling it. So now we know what is left out at our business place. Hope you understand it. I am making sense. So now let us go about this sum. See here, I have got opening stock of 28 lakh, and during the year I purchased for 138 lakhs 40,000 material. Then there was some direct expenses, manufacturing expenses. So these were my total cost of the items available in my business place. Okay, so I know the total cost. If you add all these things, you will have the total cost of the items available at your business place. Okay, so let me take this as a business place. My drawing may not be so good, so don't take it seriously. So I'm just making a drawing to understand. So if I total this thing, this comes to 194 lakhs 40,000. This cost, this was the value of the goods available. I am keeping it ready for sale. But unfortunately, every time it may not be possible to sell all the goods. So, what were the goods sold? The value of goods sold is 208 lakhs 80,000. But this is a selling price. In the selling price, profit margin is inside this. If I have to remove the profit margin, then I will have the cost of the goods sold. Okay. So now this 208 lakhs 80,000 is what? This is my cost plus profit. This is what? This is cost plus profit. Now I have to remove this profit. Then I'll have the cost. Okay. But unfortunately, again, in this sale, it is not all sold at uniform margin. You understand? So some of the items, எல்லா ஐட்டமும் ஒரே ரேட்ல sometime you will not be able to sell it. Okay. Some item நீங்க வந்து கொஞ்சம் லாஸ்ல விற்க வேண்டி இருக்கலாம், அல்லது கம்மியான லாபத்துல விற்க வேண்டியிருக்கலாம், ஆர் ஒரு ஐட்டம் மேபி அதிகமான லாபத்துல போயிடலாம், மற்ற ஐட்டம்ஸ் எல்லாம் யூனிஃபார்மா போகுது. ஸோ ஹியர் ஆல்சோ this has got two parts. What they say that a sum of 2,40,000 was written off from the book value of 8 lakh. Suppose ஒரு ஐட்டத்துடைய வேல்யூ 8 லேக்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, அதுல இருந்து டெப்ரிசியேஷனோ வாட் எவர் இட் இஸ் யூ கேன் டேக் இட், இதனுடைய வேல்யூ வந்து 2,40,000 குறைச்சிட்டாங்க காஸ்ட். இட் வாஸ் காஸ்டிங் 8 lakh rupees. இப்போ எவ்வளவு குறைச்சிட்டாங்க? 2,40,000. எப்போ குறைச்சிட்டாங்க? In the beginning itself, இந்த 28 lakhக்குள்ள this item is included. How much cost is included? 5,60,000 is included in 28 lakh. Okay. அந்த ஐட்டத்தையும் சேர்த்து தான் நான் விற்க போறேன். எல்லா ஐட்டத்தையும் விற்க போறேன். I'm going to sell all those items. In this opening stock, I'm having an item costing 5,60,000. This was sold out for 6,40,000. Only one item they are saying that this is sold for 6,40,000. Other items were sold at a uniform gross profit margin that was 1/3 on cost. All of you know that 1/3 on cost. I need not to explain. 1/4 on sales. Some other day we will be explaining that also if some of you are not understanding. 1/4 on sales. So what happens? Now this 208 lakh 80,000 has got two items. You take it as two items were sold. One item of 5,60,000 was sold for 6,40,000. Okay. Remaining item is 2 lakh, sorry, 202 lakh 40,000. So there are two items. You take it as two items. Two items were sold. One item is sold for 202 lakhs 40,000. Another item is sold for 6 lakh 40,000. Okay. Now we have to find out the cost of both the things. For this, he has clearly given the cost. You need not to search at all. The cost is 5,60,000 because originally it was got for 8 lakh, and out of that 2,40,000 was written off, reduced from the value. So the cost has become 5,60,000 because it is included in the opening stock. Stock will always be at cost price. So this is the cost price. Clear? So now this 240 lakhs were sold at a margin of 1/4 or 25%. So if you reduce less the gross profit margin, if you remove the gross profit margin, you will get the cost of the goods sold, this item. Okay. So this item, if I remove it 25%, that comes to 5,60,000. You can calculate it. Check that. Sorry, 50,60,000. 50,60,000. So I got the cost. Okay. I got the cost of 1,51,80,000. 1,51,80,000. We call it as normal sale because this was sold at a uniform gross profit margin. One, two, okay. But this cost, we already know the cost of that. That is 5,60,000. Other way, you can reduce the gross profit of 80,000. So this was sold for 5 lakh. The cost of this is 5,60,000. So now, if you total both the things, you will get the total cost of the goods which were sold out. 1,57 lakh, sorry, 157 lakh 40,000. So now we know that this much cost of goods were sent out of the business. So we were already having 194 lakh 40,000. Out of that, 157 40,000, 157 lakh, 1 crore 57 lakh 40,000 were sent out. So what is remaining? That is your closing stock. Very simple. You will be able, if you understand this concept, you will be able to do it. Only in case of sales, that all sales were not normal. Some sales were sold at a different margin, and another item, all the items were sold uniformly at a margin of 1 by 4 or 25%. So only we have to bifurcate the sales into normal and abnormal and find out the total cost of the goods sent out, sold out. So what is remaining, that will be your value of closing stock. So I have presented here opening stock, purchases, and manufacturing direct expenses. This is the total cost of the items available in the business ready for sale. Okay. Out of that, some items were sold at a value of 208 lakh 80,000. This value is not the cost. This has got cost plus gross profit margin. So what I did, I have bifurcated both the sales separately. One sale is of 6 lakh 40,000. Another remaining say goods were sold at a price of 202 lakhs 40,000. Out of this, the gross profit margin was 1 by 4 or 25%. If we remove the gross profit margin, we get the cost of goods which were sold at a normal percentage of gross profit margin. Balancing abnormal sale, what is the cost? They have already given the original cost, and what is the amount written off till the beginning. So we got the stock, the item which were sold, cost of that item is 5,60,000. ஸோ உங்களுக்கு இப்போ வந்து இது ஈஸியாக புரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். எவ்வளவு ஐட்டம் வேல்யூ, காஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஐட்டம் நம்ம பிசினஸ்ல அவைலபிள் இருந்ததோ அதுல இருந்து எவ்வளவு காஸ்ட் உடைய ஐட்டம்ஸ் நம்ம வெளியே வித்துட்டோமோ மீதி தான் பேலன்ஸ் ஒன்லி வில் பி யுவர் வேல்யூ ஆஃப் க்ளோசிங் ஸ்டாக், பிகாஸ் யூ நீட் த க்ளோசிங் ஸ்டாக் in cost price. So we have to find out the cost price of the goods sold. That is cost of goods sold. That you have to find out, nothing else. So it's a very, very simple sum. So you'll be able to understand. Hope you understand it. If you like my videos, please like, share, and comment. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Thank you for watching.